Salams and welcome. Thank you for joining me in part number 128 in this fabulous book, Muhammad Sal'lal'laa'hu Was'sal'lam, his Seerah, based on the earliest sources. And we are busy with chapter number 42, where we're talking about the march to Badr. So let's just recap. We have this fellow, well paid by Abu Sufyan. His name is Dum. I don't think I'll forget his name. What a beautiful name, Dum. Dum came to Makkah and he made a huge uproar. He turned his saddle backwards, back to front, cut the nose of his camel, blood is gushing out, and then he tore his shirt to shreds, and he said, help, help, made a screaming noise, telling everyone, the caravan is under attack, the caravan is under attack, your goods, because we talk about money, people love the money, they say our goods, but little did they realize these are the same Quraysh people who stole the goods of the Sahaba. When the Sahaba left on the Hijrah, and they had to leave the properties behind, the houses behind, and the warehouses. So these are the same people who took the goods, right? But to cut a long story short, every other chief of the clan laid out a contingent. So all the chiefs of Mecca, they got together, got into the armament, they got their women together, they got the slaves together, they got the soldiers together. You must remember, Quraysh was a formidable force, a formidable fighting force, and no one dares attack Quraysh, right? They are formidable, they are fighters, and they have been veterans of war, and they are well equipped, they are very wealthy. There's no shortage of armaments, there's no shortage of ammunition. So every chief went except for one who is Abu Lahab, the uncle of the Prophet Sal'la'laa'hu A'lay'hi Was'sal'lam. But the Bani Hashim and the Bani Muttalib had nonetheless the interest in the caravan and felt it honor bound to defend it. So Talib led out a body of men from both clans, and Abbas went with them. So the uncle of the Prophet ﷺ joined them in this army. Now from the Meccan side, it's an army. But meanwhile, Nabi ﷺ in Medina, they are already coming towards Badr. They are not an army, right? And I would like to emphasize that. Whereas here they are preparing themselves for warfare. They come with extra horses, extra equipment, a lot of things to take with them in the desert, whether it's food and equipment and spears and bows and arrows and swords, a lot of food, a lot of women with them, because they love it when the women, the night before the battle, they party, they dance, they have sexual activity, drinking wine, woman and song, right? So wine, woman and song was the leading entertainment for the Quraysh people, the pagans of Mecca. So from the clan of Bani Muttalib, Abbas went with them, he probably intended to be a peacemaker. So according to the Martin Lings, we're not really sure what his intentions were. He thought, look, let me just go ahead because I know Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and I'm from the people of Mecca, and push comes to shove, I can then perhaps negotiate to avert a warfare. So I can perhaps talk to both sides. So he did not really go out to fight Nabi Sallallahu. I mean, he loves Nabi Sallallahu. So he's not going to go there to fight him, right? So the understanding of this scholar is that Abbas really went to say, okay, let me see if I can go with the army and if I can then try and talk to both sides. So Hakim of Asad, Khatija radiallahu anha's nephew, went out with the same purpose. Like Abu Lahab, Umayyah of Jummah had also decided to stay at home, for he was an elderly man of excessive corpulence. He was a very fat and obese person. But while he was sitting in the mosque, Uqba came to him with a censer of incense, which he placed before him, saying, scent yourself with that. That means perfume yourself with that, Abu Ali, for thou art of the woman. He said, you're like a woman. You're so scared, you're a coward. Now look how he's mocking him, right? He's challenging him. He said, you're fat like a woman, you're lazy, you're a coward. And said, Umayyah tragically said, God curse thee. And he made ready to set out with the others, and he also died, right? So out of his pride, his ego, because this guy mocked him, he said, you're like a lady, you're sitting here with a woman. He was no soldier, he was fat and obese, but he said, I can fight. And well, he was one of the chiefs who also died. The Prophet ﷺ had by now left the direct route from Medina to the south and was making for Badr, which lay on the coastal route from Syria to Mecca on his west. It was at Badr that he hoped to waylay Abu Sufyan, and he sent ahead two of the allies of Johanna, who knew the district well, to scout for news of the caravan. At Badr, they halted on a hill above the well, and when they went to draw water, they overheard a conversation between two girls from the village about a debt. And this is what the two girls were saying. So one of the girls said to the other girls, "The caravan will come tomorrow or the next day, and I will work for them, and I will pay you what I owe you." Right? So the caravan is a rarity. They're going to come here. I'll make some money from them, and then whatever money I'm owing you, I will pay. So they're all looking forward to the caravan because it's a source of revenue for the little village. When the two scouts of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when they heard these words, they quickly rushed back to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, because now they got concrete proof that the caravan is on its way and it's coming past this village. But if they had stayed a little longer, they would have seen a solitary rider approaching the well from the west. So they quickly went away, but had they stayed a little bit longer, this Abu Sufyan was on his way. He is a very intelligent person, so he was doing the scouting himself. So a solitary rider approached the well from the west, as the place where the girls were, right? It was Abu Sufyan himself who had hastened ahead of the caravan in order to see whether it was safe to proceed to Mecca or not, where the nearest route, that is by Badr, or should he go from another direction. On reaching the water where the girls were watering, they were taking water from the well, he found a villager there and he asked him if he had seen any strangers, right? He answered, so this old man said that he had seen two riders who had made a halt on the hill above and who had then drawn some water from the well and taken it away with them. So Abu Sufyan went to the place where they had stopped with. Abu Sufyan is clever, so he went to go see there and took up some of the camel dung which he broke into pieces. There were some date stones in it, and he said, "By God, this is the fodder of Medina." Right? So look how intelligent these people are in the desert. He found some camel dung from the desert, picked it up, he crushed it in his hand, and when he saw that this camel had been eating the dates from Medina, because in Makkah there's no palm trees, there's no dates and palm trees. So if he cleans the dung and if he finds no dates in it, he will know that that camel is from Makkah and is part of the Quraysh. But in this case, when he crumbled the dung, the feces of the camel, when he saw dates in it, the dates, the khajur, told him immediately, these are camels from Medina. Now there's danger. Let's make haste. Abu Sufyan now got on this, he told his caravan, let's get out of here. So they took an alternative route. Right? Excuse me. So Abu Sufyan hastened back to his followers, and turning the caravan away from Badr, they pressed on at full speed along the shore of the Red Sea, leaving Badr to their left. So he quickly made an escape, and he made a successful escape, right? So now he was out of reach of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So then he sent another messenger urgently to Mecca to tell the Meccan people, forget about the army, you all don't have to come to Badr. I've picked up that people from Medina were coming, but I managed to escape. I did not go via Badr. I turned the direction and I'm going past the Red Sea. I'll just be delayed for 1 or 2 days, but I'm on the way. Don't worry, your caravan is safe, your money is safe, the matter is now over. But do you think the people of Mecca listened? What do you think? So meantime, the two scouts returned to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam with the news that the caravan was expected to reach Badr on the following day or within 1 or 2 days or the day after that. And it was guaranteed that they would certainly stop at Badr, which had long been one of the great halts on the road between Mecca and Syria. So Badr was the stopping point. It was like you're going to Shell Ultra City, right? You're going from Pretoria to Durban and you stop at Harrismith or you stop at Shell Ultra City. And there was ample time for the Muslims to surprise them and overpower them. So he said, okay, everything is on track. They did not know that Abu Sufyan already found the dung and he's already escaped from there, right? Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the Sahaba were not aware of that, right? Then came the news that Quraysh had set out with an army to rescue the caravan. Now things are heating up. This had always been considered as a possibility, but now it had become a fact that the Prophet ﷺ felt bound to consult his men and to let theirs be the choice between advancing or retreating. Right? So we'll stop at that point and we'll take it up in the next session, because things are now getting a bit heated and now we're not really sure what is going to happen next. Will Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam continue waiting at Badr for the army, or will the Sahaba decide, let's go back to Medina because we have lost the caravan and there's no point, we are not equipped to fight the army, right? 1,000 people are coming. So he had to speak to the Sahaba. He said, you know what, we are not prepared for warfare. We just came to get the caravan and the caravan has escaped us. And now a fully fledged army is coming in our direction. What do you guys say? What are your thoughts on this matter? Stay well, look after yourself. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.